There are 10 reasons we get the politicians we deserve, with the biggest unwritten reason being apathy. The sad part is all politicians must survive the gauntlet of a campaign and still be able to live with themselves after the election. Of course, they must win before they can implement any of their ideas, but if it means compromising their core values, what good is having the whole world if it causes you to lose your soul? Appearing to have profiles and courage is admirable, but untested virtue is of little value. Number 1, the biggest fear for any politician is losing. Most people who should run for office won't because of this reason. They may have the time, money, and desire, but the fear of being thoroughly investigated then rejected is very painful. Most resist any possibility of putting themselves in that situation. Number 2, voters listen to a politician only to find a reason to vote against them. A candidate can say 1,000 things right, but only one wrong statement can lose the race. Number 3, democracy guarantees that neither the best nor the worst candidate will win. It will always be the one closest to the center and has the neutral position on everything. The extremes are too radical to win over half the votes. Number 4, politicians are usually above average and have some degree of talent and confidence to subject themselves and their family to the process. Most qualified individuals will choose industry instead of government. This results in the Peter Principle, where people will end up in a job they're least qualified to handle, with most never working in the private sector. If they can't succeed in business, they may try politics. Number 5, politicians are never independent and are always controlled by someone. That means the candidate can never think for themselves and are influenced by their largest contributor. They have an intense desire to be liked and will always play to the crowd and their contributors. Number 6, politicians are like drum majors in front of a parade. They are not leaders, but only follow the parade route. They think they're leaders, but they're only doing what they are told. Number 7, politicians are made and fail by the supporters who initially funded their election. Number 8, politicians never worry about the long term. They will do whatever it takes each day to vote in a way to raise more money so they can be around for the next election. Number 9, each vote a politician makes is dependent entirely upon knowing who gets the money and who's going to be taxed for it. Whatever group is larger will always determine their vote. Number 10, politicians know that not everyone will agree with what they're saying, but the response will always straddle the fence by only saying platitudes without substance. These 10 reasons are why it's almost an insult to be called a politician. The day when a non-politician won the highest office in the land is when the deep state machinery implemented the scorched earth policy, vowing never to let a non-politician win again. Democracy is actually closer to mob rule, and this country is not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic with politicians who should know these 10 reasons and why we constantly elect poorly qualified candidates. The best, most qualified, honest individual who insists upon playing fair and running the country like a business has a very difficult time winning. All we can do is pray our politicians remember these 10 reasons and work for us and not the deep state. They deserve the respect allocated to anyone who follows the golden rule and lives by our core values. We cannot let apathy cause undeserving, unqualified people win elections who, unknowingly, are leading the country down a path of destruction. This is Keith Kuby wishing you the best in making the world a better place.